Okay, we're live. And I found an old Bladehq package here. So I went ahead and opened it with rest assured I did use the official unboxing knife. But I had to wait for her to finish with the client. So I had to wait around and I decided to pre-open. I noticed other people sort of pre-open during their unboxing. So we've got CJRB. Can you see that? Oh wait, I gotta turn on my disco lights. Okay. Thing is, this is the CJRB kicker. The problem is, it's the recoil lock. I already have this. So that's what happens when you forget you ordered it and you don't open it and then you order another one. So I will have to get rid of it. Oh well. Yeah. So that happened. And then what else do we have here? Okay, so Bladehq sticker and an official Frankie and Bird. Thanks for watching, Bird and Frankie. I mean, she hand draws and colors each of these, and then opened for photos. Yeah, that's basically saying that's a floor model. So they already opened this. This is the Gerber Remix. Can you see that? Pode escutar?
Agora eu estou te escutando.
So I got this because it's got this hole, which you can do that. I mean, when you're skinning and using it and you want to use your hands, that's useful. That's why I got it, because I realized I needed a couple more knives that had that. It doesn't have incredibly smooth action, and wow, that pocket clip is super sharp right there. That is just outright painful. So this knife does not get good reviews, and it's not even locking up. Yeah, it won't even lock up. You cannot spidey flick it. And it's not locking up. You got to give it some wrist to get it to lock up, but it's fidget friendly in terms of doing this, which is what I wanted. Hey, stuff we do. Glad you're still awake. Alexa, what time is it in South Africa?
Ele é da África. Eu tinha esquecido. Oh my God.
Alexa, what time is it in South Africa?
In South Africa, it's 11:13 p.m.
Oh, wow, it's 11:13 p.m.
Que horas?
Would you like to hear it?
Yes.
South Africa rolled out the West Indies for 97 to take control of the first day of the first test in St. Lucia, reports India. The only side quest of its lowest test time will be South Africa, which puts a lot of
Alexa, volume max. Keep going. Alexa, keep going. Alexa.
Sorry, there is nothing for me to resume.
Oh, well. It was about cricket, sounded like. This is incredibly uncomfortable. See? Your finger goes right there. And when you're trying to open it, it sucks. Yep, and I am working tomorrow, but glad to be here. Yeah, thanks. I guess you guys are playing cricket. You're playing India right now? Or today? You played today? Cricket, the game that lasts for days. Go figure. It's like, come back tomorrow. We'll finish the game tomorrow. Did you know that I know people don't think that Americans play cricket, and for the most part, we don't because we have baseball, which is based on an old English game called rounders, where you round the bases. So rounders evolved into American baseball. Uh, but we do play cricket. In fact, here in Hollywood, literally just a few blocks down from where I live, we have the Hollywood Athletic Club, and we have a cricket club there, a cricket club team, which has been active since the 20s. I believe 1923 is when they established the Hollywood, what do they call it? The Hollywood Cricket Club? Hollywood Cricket Team? Anyway, we've been playing cricket here since then, since 1923, and has remained active since. There is one cricket field here in LA. There's another field somewhere else in the country. And the one here in LA, they're trying to get it like certified for actual, do you call them matches or tries? I don't know. Tests, right? And there is a like Watts. There's a place in the hood like Watts or Compton or something like that that has a youth cricket team for basically troubled youth, all that kind of stuff. So there's that. So there is some cricket in the U.S. a little bit. Okay. So that was the clip folding knife. Line analog pocket hole. Let's see. 7CR17 and anodized aluminum. So here's the Gerber. We like cricket, but rugby is our big thing. Yeah. I'm curious. There was that movie Invictus. I don't know, with Matt Damon. I don't know if you saw that, about Nelson Mandela bringing together the Reeboks. You guys are the Reeboks, right? And the rugby championships, or the World Cup, the Rugby World Cup that took place. What was that? 1998 was it in South Africa, and they beat the All Blacks. But isn't it true that the All Blacks got food poisoning the night before? Was there some funny play? Was there some foul play? The All Blacks, they are the team to beat usually. I mean, or one of the teams to beat anyway. Okay. And then I pre-opened this. I haven't pulled it out of the thing yet. This thing, okay, so max sharpness, durability, razor tooth saw, 10-inch folding pruning saw, 10-inch folding pruning saw, cuts up to 6 inches. It's this brand Corona, which I believe is a really common brand in our big box hardware stores. I don't know much about it. I believe Danny from D's Knives, I believe he uses a Corona saw as well for his work. He does landscaping for the city of Santa Monica. Am I giving up too much game? I should have not have said that. I'm sorry to Danny if I'm just like sitting here giving up his business to all one of my viewers. Oh, hey, whoa. Okay, so that's like thick cardboard. Okay, so here's one thing. Not very safe. So let's see. Okay, well, here's the packaging here. See if you can read that. Oh, and by the way, I won this saw from Sass-a-Fras giveaway. Sass-a-Fras World is a YouTube channel. So here's the packaging. And here is the button. And okay. So I don't know if you call that a recurve when it comes to saws, but there is some debate as to whether to have a straight saw or this sort of internal curve. And, there is some debate as to what's better. Obviously, this gives you certain kinds of advantages because of the curve. It gives you a different kind of geometry. The criticism is that it might create more hand fatigue, possibly. So anyway, oh, okay, I guess it locks. Yeah, that locks, and then that unlocks it. Let's see how deep it goes. Yeah, you know, it doesn't go all the way down. Yeah, I mean, I can full on get my fingers under there. So there's that. And once you open it, so that's pretty good grip. It's just, what is this, TP, whatever they call that? Basically thermoplastic. This is rubberized though, this part, this black part, and this part. So yeah, probably pretty good grip.
Isso é para árvore? Isso é para cortar árvore?
É.
Aqui a gente chama de tipo de serra. É serra?
É serra, sim. É serra potável. Entendeu?
Sim. É legal. Perigosa.
É.
Perigosa.
Perigosa, com certeza. All right, let me catch up on these. We like cricket rugby. It's Springboks, 1996. That's it. Do not know about food poisoning, and I love all folding saws you do. Cool looking saw. It is a pull saw. The curve is better. If it's a pull saw, okay. Yeah. Like I said, you know, Silky has, obviously, Silky is basically the benchmark for folding saws. And once again, they do have a straight and a slightly curved one that Silky makes. And, you know, people like and dislike them for different reasons, as I understand. I live in Hollywood. There's not a lot of, and then I pre-cut these too, but I haven't pulled them out yet. So you get to see the official unboxing. Okay, this is the Gator Combo Axe and Knife and Sheath. Okay, so there's the sheath, and then as you can see, the knife fits in there. Let's see. Forged steel. That's all it says. Forged steel. Yeah, this is part of their mystery steel, which means it might not even be 7CR17, which is what they typically have, because I assume they would say it's 7CR17. So the fact that they're not saying, it could very well be 420HC, which, you know, Buck has their Boss heat treat, which is, you know, well regarded. Some would say legendary. Gerber has the Gerber Strong Arm, which is very well regarded, which is again 420HC. Some people question Gerber's 420HC heat treat. It's hard to say. Anyway, so let's see if I can get this out without cutting myself open. There we go. And let's use this to get the sheath out. Okay, Gerber's whatever, the warranty information. Ta-da! Practice your foreign languages. There's not much to it. Okay, wow, that's a big caution there. Okay, so let's pull that off eventually. You can definitely use that as a hammer. You can see, I don't know what you call those marks. It seems like it's like pressed together. É machado. Machado.
Não, a parte de trás que você mostra é só o suporte?
Isso. Isso é para isso, para assim.
Ah, tá. Tipo um martelo.
Isso, é martelo, sim. Okay, where did I put the fixed point? There it is. Yay. Okay, so this has the, some would say, legendary Gator Grip. It's this rubberized, well-regarded, considered extremely, you know, comfortable and grippy, especially in wet conditions. The only criticism I've heard is that after a few years with, you know, sun baking and such and things like that, that sometimes this basically just disintegrates. It falls apart. I suppose maybe if you used mineral oil, maybe it would stay better. I don't know. It's got good jimping, a little too aggressive, I'd say, for hard use. I mean, I can feel that. If you're really going hard with this, that could hurt. The grind does not look too good. I don't know if you can see the front part seems to have a different micro bevel than the belly. I don't know if you can tell right up to there. There's a certain kind of micro bevel there, and then the rest here, then that's true on both sides. So right up to there, and then I don't know if you can see that. I can't feel it in the transition, but you can see the light reflects differently. Now, what's really cool is that this fits into the handle. I don't know how it works. I mean, I really don't know how it works. Is there a release button? Are there instructions? Fixed blade stores in handle. Oh, handle cap and magnetic lock. Okay, so if it's magnetic, I just pull on it, right? Oh, here we go. Oh, okay. It comes undone all the way like that whole thing. So then this, olha.
Deixa eu ver.
Olha.
Nossa.
So see, that fits right in there, and that's definitely a snug fit. And there we go.
Muito tarde.
I needed this on Memorial Day here in the U.S. because we had a barbecue. Well, we had a barbecue, but then afterwards we had basically like a fire pit, but it wasn't actually a pit. I recommend this actually strongly. It was actually a fire cage. It was screen cages and then like a little vent on top, but it was fully housed with pegs on the bottom, so it's lifted up off the concrete. And it allows venting through the bottom, and it had a grill, and then so you just stack the wood in there, and you can kind of stack it up along the sides of the screens as well. But the wood that you buy at the store is split. They split the logs, but they aren't batoned. And I realized I would have needed this plus this to baton it and then perhaps even feather stick it. I think that would have really made a big difference because, just sticking, a huge log in there, well, even a split one is just really not very good. Let's see what kind of, it actually feels quite sharp. I know axes may not necessarily have to be super sharp because what it really is the convexing of it. Splitting wood is not meant to be a delicate thing, obviously. So you can't. Ooh, whoa, yay, way. As I understand it, these little mini hatchets really can't do anything but batoning. I mean, you can't apparently really kind of chop with this. I guess in an emergency, obviously you could, but apparently it's so small you can't hardly do anything. It is quite heavy. What does it say here? It says it doesn't say. I thought it did. Okay, well, I don't have my scale here, and I only have that kind of scale for measuring very light substances, so I wouldn't be able to weigh this anyway. Goondocks, what's up? Okay. Good bonfire axe. Yeah, I thought so too. Very cool. A pregnant. There we go. Stuff we do with his humor. It would split a wig. I wonder what that means. Split a wig. Oh, you mean like pull your head back? Yeah, I think so. 100% chance. Yeah, you could split a wig with that. So I figured this would be perfect to throw in my trunk so that the next, because 4th of July for us is coming up. I'm gonna need to baton some stuff, and let's face it, these urbanites out here in Hollywood, what do they know about splitting wood and batoning and such? So they don't have any, we have to go to the supermarket to get firewood. I don't know if you know, it's as far as I know, it's illegal to chop down trees. So in the city of Los Angeles, if you want to chop down a tree even on your property, I believe you have to get permission because, obviously there's a huge dearth of trees in the city, plus tree huggers, that too. Don't get me wrong, people do it illegally all day long, but, it's technically not supposed to. Furthermore, in state parks, and I don't know about county and city parks, but I believe in state parks, you are not allowed to touch any wood, even dead trees, because dead trees are an important part of the ecosystem. So you can't assume, well, just because it's a fallen tree, let's chop it up for firewood. No, they want to do a responsible forestry, and I'll defer to the foresters for the wisdom on that. I'm not going to assume that I know better. I forgot to show the sheath. So it's got a little hang thing like you would for a backpack. Looks like that's the belt loop. Velcro, which I hate. I hate Velcro because eventually these loops wear out. So I am not a big believer in Velcro. I think Velcro is crap, and you should always have a button. I've noticed these days some people put a button and Velcro. So I mean that seems like that would work. That seems like a good idea. So looks like it fits straight through here, and voila. Very nice. Okay, so okay, so just gonna go like that. Let's see what the balance looks like. Yeah, see it curls under. But anyway, this stuff is attached to the back, so at least it won't continuously pull on that part, or hopefully it won't anyway. So that's going to be my new truck. Or I don't have a truck anymore. I keep saying that. My trunk kit. You know what? I think I might stick this in there too. Yeah, anyway, yeah, because they say when it comes to earthquakes, and yes, I've been since I was a kid, we've been waiting for what they call the big one, and the thing that I worked for this lieutenant fireman, and he said after the big Silmar quake, when he went out there, that's how old the guy is. He said that the one thing that you really need is a saw, and he recommended a chainsaw, but I'm not going to carry a chainsaw in my trunk. He said when he went out there, it was nothing but fallen trees everywhere. Like you couldn't get anywhere. You had to clear all the roads of fallen trees. So not that there's that many trees here in Hollywood anyway, but we are by Griffith Park. I mean, we're not that far away from a full-blown forest. So anyway, let me show you the pack hatch, the Gerber, because it's the exact same size. If I can find it, wait, where is it? Então fala. Se abandonó. Sorry, we abandoned the live stream. I couldn't find the Gerber Pack Axe, but I did find the Marbles Camp Cleaver. Yes, the pictures look bigger. This is how small this is. And yes, this is probably going to take the crown for most fidget-friendly knife. This is the Kaiser Cormorant. You know, Spidey flicking, thumb flick. Flipper tab is great. Front flipper, which I suck at. Using the button lock to deploy. Spidey drop. I mean, this has every kind of deployment method, and it's smooth. It's drop shutty. It's unbelievable. Okay, let's see. It's also good if you're into ICP. Gotta have a hatchet with ICP, very fidget knife. It's a crazy band here in the States. Oh, these insane clown posse. Oh, God. What are they called? Oi, Bernardo. Oi, Capitão América. Insane clown posse. What are they called? I've known several of them. Juggalos, that's it. I know that my axe is my... Oh, okay. So there's that. I think this thing is funny and cute. I've got a couple of different, marbles things because they're extremely cheap. And they're funny and cute. Like, the funniest thing is... Where'd it go? Don't tell me it's buried in here. Oh yeah, it is here. The funniest thing is this: the mini. I mean, they shouldn't call this a mini hatchet. They should call it a micro hatchet. I mean, this thing, seat button. That's much better. It's leather. It's not nylon. But look, I mean, what can you do with this? I'm really curious. I think actually, I might carry this too to see if you can kind of semi-baton with it. I strongly suspect this will break. But it can be rehafted.
Você virou a câmera, eu não consigo enxergar.
Melhor? So
Here
are the comparisons. What's really strange is I don't know what happened to my Gerber. I think I already put it into one of my go bags. That's probably why I'm having trouble locating it. This doesn't come with any kind of sheath, though, so I kind of want to make one for it. Thinking about going down to the garment district and going into the dumpsters behind the leather workers, and they throw away tons of leather. So I'll just get some scrap leather. Do that. Okay, so that's that. Here we go. It says, bad choices make good stories. Another thing I've heard was wisdom comes from experience. Experience comes from bad choices. So there's that. I didn't succeed in opening that successfully. Let's see if this will open it. Cramp cleaver. Nope. Front flipper, Excalibur. I'm not so sure about this. I think it's 440C. Yeah, 440C. It's not amazing. And I think, yeah, those are the two things. Lastly, Here we go. It says, add water and watch it grow. This is from the dollar store from Easter. I still haven't opened it yet. I've meant to
Esse
make
é
it.
ovo?
É ovo. Okay, so.
Vem o que? Chiclete? Dentro?
Não sei. Okay, so. I don't know. Am I? Oh. Oh, do I put the whole thing in water? Instructions. Place egg inside a container and fill with lukewarm water. Okay, my water is cooled off by now. Give the eggshell 12 to 24 hours to break. No way. After eggshell is entirely broken, refill container with cold water. Within 24 to 40 hours, the characters will be full size. Okay, so here's my container. Well, can you see? It's going to need to be lukewarm. I'm going to have to heat this water up. But anyway, let's see. So I'm going to have to wait for it to break open. So let's see what happens tomorrow. Okay. I guess I'll have
Amor,
to show
me
you tomorrow.
explica. O que você tá fazendo?
Não sei. É surpresa. É pra Páscoa. É Páscoa. É ovo de Páscoa.
Páscoa.
Páscoa. E dentro dessa ova tem qualquer caráter e é surpresa. Em 24, em 1 ou 2 dias, esse ovo vai quebrar. Mesmo. Sim mesmo. Com água. Com água. Okay.
Um Kinder Ovo?
Sim.
Kinder Eggs?
Oh, hey, Jason. Okay. Hi, Big Knife.
Bueno.
Send it to Talbert Tipton and let him make you something. Okay. Don't put any more scratches on that poker. Leave me alone. You keep bullying me. Okay, haha. My kids love those kinds of things. Yeah, I know. Well, let's face it. I love these kinds of things. That's why I got it. I love you, but I am not going to wait for 24 hours. This live stream is going to go for 48 hours, man. Kinder Bueno. Okay, kids love it. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that ought to be interesting to make something for. It's fairly similar in size to that, isn't it? Okay, so that is it for the unboxings. There's this. I mean, it is just very stiff, terrible lockup. But, you know, this is fun. I can't do it. I like Ferraro. Yeah, Ferraro Porsche or Roca. And then see right there, there's a detent too, so it kind of stops. You see, I mean that it's more or less a pretty awful knife, but I mean Gerber does original stuff. You know, they do stuff other people don't do. The idea of putting in a circle is super useful when you're using it, you know, and you need to use your hands, especially if you're skinning and you need to peel back some skin, or just in general. I mean, I found these sorts of things to be very useful because I usually have to use my hands, and then otherwise you end up doing stuff like this and you're like waving the point into your face. I love chocolate too. So does my daughter. Yeah, I don't have a sweet tooth. I don't really like. The only chocolate I eat, I'll show you. The only chocolate I eat is this stuff from the UK. I'll show you. This is the only chocolate I eat. Montezuma's 100% cocoa solids or cacao. I don't know. Dark chocolate, absolute black with cacao nibs. Those are like the kind of little chewy things. I mean, this is 100% zero sugar added. So look, vegan, may contain traces of peanuts, tree nuts, soya, milk, wheat, and sesame seeds. As you can see, it's a UK product. Oh, this is very old. Ingredients: chocolate liquor, 93%, and cocoa nibs, 7%. I got lazy and I stopped eating this. I was eating this, a multi-award-winning family chocolate company in beautiful West Sussex, UK. The only reason why I know about Sussex is Towie. The Only Way is Sussex, or whatever that show is. And I only know about them because of Chris Pratt's impersonation of the show. The only way is Essex. Oh wait, Sussex versus Essex. Sorry, UK. Okay, so I'll show you what this looks like. Well, let me use the better knife. So that's how dark it is. That's the chocolate I eat. I actually think it's not bad, but obviously most people hate 100% cocoa because it's, bitter. By the way, guys, cocoa comes from basically Mexico, the jungles of Mexico. It's a traditional drink there. They eat with raw sugar cane. They make hot cocoa there, basically. And Mexico is also where chili peppers come from. So even the chili peppers in Asia technically descend from, what we would call the jalapeno. The hot pepper is indigenous to Mexico, and it was Jesuit monks or whatever, Jesuit missionaries, whatever you call them, that brought it to Asia in the 1600s. And so, Thai food, Korean food, is very spicy. Szechuan in China. So I'll eat this for you. Let me see. So it's got those chewy nibs. Chocolate is supposed to be one of those things you're supposed to eat every day, but obviously without the sugar in it. Yeah, so that's the brand. They sell that at Trader Joe's. It's very inexpensive. I bought a stack of it. Anyway, let me pull up the other picker. I can't believe I got two of the same knife. It's such a spaz.
Amor, você vai. Ah, tá.
Hã? Okay.
Tu levanta do nada, assim. Você nem pra onde você vai.
I just know that nothing I know doesn't make sense. No, it doesn't. My daughter usually earns her chocolate, so I don't make her share. Hey, Winchester, what's up? Talking about chocolate and kids. I don't give them the option. I pay. Oh, my daughter refuses to share. Okay, I like matcha chocolate from Japan. Yeah, I haven't tried that. So matcha is that? Is it like it's like a green tea extract? Is that what matcha is? Having to share with me. I love chocolate too. Yeah. Okay. You're a better man than me. I just know that. Okay. So, yeah, officially identical. So yeah, I shouldn't have admitted it. I should have pretended like I meant to do that. But yeah, I think I lost this package, or got lost in the shuffle. And I was like, hey, what happened? And then I ordered another one. And then anyway, actually, it is possible that I did it on purpose. You know what? I might have done it on purpose because the the kicker with recoil lock. Oh no, you know what? What I meant to do was get 2 of these. That's what it was. Because the crag is way better, and the crag comes as a liner lock, but SMKW has it as the recoil, and this is much better than the kicker with recoil lock because see it stops right there, but the crag blade is heavier and just heavy enough that it closes all the way. The kicker, you have to time it just right for it to catch. The crag, you don't. It'll push through that little, I guess you call it a detent or the spring action. I really like this knife. Interesting. Favorite cookie brand as a kid? Winchester? Really? That's it. Winchester é marca de chocolate?
Não, uma rede de biscoito. Biscoito de água e sal, biscoito de maisena. Desde pequenininha. Eu vou comprar, fala com o Winchester que na próxima live eu vou trazer o biscoito para ele.
Tá bom. Okay, so Winchester it's a cookie brand. Has anyone heard of that? I got the name from the Winchester brothers in the TV show Supernatural. Oh, I think I'm the oldest fan. Stop. I doubt it because Supernatural is a very popular show. I lived on Winchester Avenue, which is where the Winchester Mystery House is. Mrs. Winchester, who inherited the Winchester fortune, was paranoid, was into spiritualism, and was paranoid that the spirits of all those killed by the Winchester repeating rifle, the rifle that won the West, as they say, was hunting her. So she was told by a spiritualist to continue building, to never stop building in order to confuse the ghosts. And so she had multiple construction crews building around the clock in shifts without any plans. So you have doors that open into walls, stairs that lead into the ceiling, hallways that end into nowhere. I mean, it's just a mess. And I've been visiting there since I was a kid. And then I ended up living literally down the street from there. And all of Winchester Avenue has the Lima family mortuary services and cemeteries. And all of them are Lima. So there was a Portuguese guy. So what Winchester Avenue is in Silicon Valley. It's in Santa Clara, San Jose, that area. And it's right there in the heart of Silicon Valley. And that whole area was settled by Portuguese farmers. And to this day, there's a bunch of Portuguese people there. One of my good friends, it's so weird. One of my good friends in college, I found out after I moved down there, after I graduated from college, she lived like a block away, or on the other block, like kitty corner from me. Anyway, so, and she's Portuguese, Portuguese ancestry anyway. And it's all Portuguese around there. And so the Limas were a Portuguese family, had a lot of land, and basically, I guess after they kids upon kids upon kids upon kids, and they all turned their ranches and orchards into basically cemeteries. And my house was super haunted. Our ghost was left-handed. I worked in the St. Clair Hotel downtown, super haunted, every single floor, the basement, the lobby, you name it. And they're famous ghosts. So they've been seen for decades before I saw them. And I saw them before I heard afterwards what they looked like, and I realized I had been seeing a ghost, because the one in the lobby wears like a tuxedo and like tails. He's like from the 20s with like white gloves. I didn't realize I was seeing a ghost all those times. The Winchester Mystery House is super haunted. You can see any kind of, just look up any TV show, video, documentary on the Winchester Mystery House, and you'll hear all the ghost stories. Like the repairmen that work there have all kinds of stories to tell. So never saw us. Okay, let's see. Love that Winchester. Oldest fan, but here there is a brand with that name. Yeah, so Winchester is a brand of cookies and chocolate. Everybody loves Supernatural. Cool name. I love this series. Oh, really? She's seen Supernatural? I went to a Supernatural convention, and I was the only grown-up that was there who wasn't taking their kids. That doesn't mean you're the oldest fan, because there's plenty of fans. Maybe you're the oldest hardcore fan that would actually go to a convention, but I'm sure plenty of people in your age bracket are also big fans, just perhaps not big enough to actually physically go to a convention. Okay, you win. Never saw Supernatural. I don't think I watched TC from about 90 until about 20. TV, right. Just movies here and there. Yeah, Jason, same thing. I didn't really watch TV starting in the 90s. I saw like the first season of The Simpsons, and that was about the last TV I saw. Which is interesting because my roommate now worked on the first 7 seasons of The Simpsons. Never saw. Okay. I've seen The House on Ghost Adventures and on BuzzFeed. Okay. And they saw stuff, right? Or whatever. Okay, good night, guys. Okay, I have to catch some Z's. Okay. And I'm about running out of battery, so I think I'm going to call it now. Good night. I have to catch some Z's. I lived in a house that was rented by a witch. Wow, we found all kinds of stuff buried in the... Oh, God, that's scary. Something whispered in my ear once. That is classic, actually. That's classic. The whispering in the ear, there's a reason why ghost hauntings and signs are so similar. Now, one explanation would be, it's a psychological thing that's common across all humans. That's why you see these similarities. Or, that's just a common characteristic of ghosts. And I'll tell you, my ghost stories perhaps in another broadcast. I'll do a whole ghost thing. As a matter of fact, I'm getting interviewed. I just realized I need to get on that. So you can tune in for that. Maybe I'll repost it to this channel. But yeah, I have plenty of ghost stories, and you'll see. I mean, ghosts are very real. Definitely goes beyond scientific explanation or current scientific. I mean, science will one day catch up. I mean, if there's that much evidence, as we can just even plainly see, they're going to find yet even much better ways of both detecting, explaining, perhaps recapitulating. We'll see.
Bye, Jason.
It happened 3 times in the span of about 5 minutes. They say 3 is demon stuff. I wouldn't say it's demon. I think there can be malicious spirits. It's tricky. I don't know enough. Like malevolent spirits, I wouldn't say that 3 in and of itself is a sign of anything. As long as nothing malevolent or malicious happen, I'd say it's benign. I think for the most part things are benign. Yeah, ghost adventures. Yeah, they use all the typical, ghost hunting tactics and things. Who knows? Okay. So anyway, let's see. It's been 50 minutes. I'm really trying to get these things to be shorter, So yeah, that was it. We unboxed the remix. I mean, see, it's good for this. I mean, it was cheap, obviously. Otherwise, I wouldn't have bought it. It was on sale. It was cheap, and I wanted a knife that I could use. Well, obviously, it's a beater knife. It's 7CR17. which I believe the 17 means it's even more stainless than HCR 13 MOV. I believe the 17 MOV means that there's more molybdenum, molybdenum. I don't know, and I don't know how to pronounce it. I believe that's what it means, and maybe more vanadium. Wait, no, but vanadium is for edge retention, isn't it? I thought it was. I don't think it's for corrosion. Anyway, okay, so I'll eat this last piece of chocolate, and one with the booby knife, front flip. New king of fidget. I mean, ugly. Ugly blade. Ugly. But oh well. Fidget is unbelievable. It's nice and light too. This was my previous favorite, the Solaris, which I named. Yes, I will take credit for that. And the fidget on this is fantastic. You know, it's the action on this is fantastic. But this is lighter, more compact, and it has, you know, a couple more deployment methods.
Hey, William.
Oh, hey, William. Sorry I'm late. I've wondered about the Gerber hatchet. Yeah. Here it is. Here's the Gerber hatchet. I recommend getting this combo one because this hatchet, I'm pretty sure, is identical to what they call the Pack Axe, and it's green. Basically, it's only for batoning, which is what I plan on using it for.